Hello, welcome back to Spec's Tech. Today we're going to be looking at the first home console on this channel that I'm going to be talking about. I'm not going to be talking about these as much, at least for the older systems, because it's a little harder to get on a TV with the scan lines and all that. But I do want to talk about the N64. This is definitely the newest console I have picked up. I don't remember where I got this one. I think I got it from Video Game Connection. I traded in a bunch of stuff. It came with an expansion pack, and I bought this EverDrive clone on Amazon for about 80 bucks, which is a good deal. Mostly bought this to play Smash Remix, which is my favorite ROM hack, and it's fun to play whenever I got friends over. The N64, a true pioneer in 3D. Nintendo's first 3D console. I will admit, the size of it is very awkward. The NES was just a box, and SNES was basically just a square, so we get this kind of oddly curved, four-footed kind of beast, if I'm putting it lightly. It is really revolutionary for like 4-player simultaneous games. Like this thing is a beast at playing Mario Party, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Pokemon Stadium mini games. That's the good shit right there. Definitely could not recommend enough EverDrive, because N64 games are a bit crazy right now. Unless you want to do what I have been doing. I don't really have them right here, but I have a couple Japanese import games, and you can, if you just take, like, the front panel off, they will fit in your N64, in your American one. N64 games out of Japan are, like, cheap. But even recently, I found Smash 64 at a record exchange, Japanese version, for $10. They had the American one for $80. So I picked that up, and I'm probably not gonna play it. I mean, I had the cartridge, so I can just load the ROM on here, but it is cool to have this on my shelf, I guess. But, yeah, this is a very important system. It has the best games of all time, Ocarina 64, Mario 64. I'm not the biggest fan of Ocarina of Time. Mario 64 a bit more, even though technically I never got all 120 stars in it. I do want to do that eventually, just kind of prefer to play it on like RetroArch because of retro achievements, because I do like retro achievements. But a bit off topic, I do want to talk about the controller. I honestly think this controller is very comfortable. People are always like, "Oh, you need 3 arms to play it." No, it's honestly pretty innovative. The analog stick can be a bit hit or miss on some controllers. This one is very well made. I also have this $10 clone one, which has a very, like, control like the snapback speed. This one's way faster, but the buttons are a lot cheaper compared to. So that one's my dedicated Player 2 controller. I play that one when a guest comes over. I take the L and let them use the official one, because you have a guest over. You gotta treat your guests right. So, considering most of the games on N64 really don't use the D-pad, like the biggest game I can think that uses the D-pad is like Kirby 64, which honestly, this is a good controller for 2D platformers. Mission Makers also comes to mind. Honestly, I think this controller is very comfortable. Like, honestly, I don't really see much wrong with it. I kind of wish the cord came out of like down here or something maybe, but I don't really like cables that come out of the top. I think they're a little bit bad. I think the Dreamcast did it a little bit better, which I will be talking about eventually. Stay tuned. But I think this is a very comfortable controller. It's very fun for playing Mario 64 with, which I still think that Mario 64 was designed with this controller in mind, or the other way around, they designed this controller around Mario 64. But yeah, I think this controller is pretty good, really good. I think it used to be overhated, but I've seen a lot of like YouTubers and other people come around on it saying it's actually pretty good. Like if you're You can easily, you can even hold it in one hand because I'm using one hand to film. But if you put like one hand here and the other one there, it's pretty comfortable. It's just, it is a little awkward. Like this, mostly this whole side is kind of redundant because it's really just a D-pad and the L button. But I mean, you can move your hand around. Don't be lazy. Come on. It is a weird design. I have considered getting a Brawler 64 controller, but I don't really have much of a need to, because I really only break this out when friends come over. It's really the only reason I still have it. But I do like the N64. Didn't get a lot of games, but there are some excellent ROM hacks. If it wasn't for the CRT, like the scan lines when I turned it on, I would show off like what ROM hacks I have. But I might have to wait for another video in the future or something. But yeah, that's the Nintendo 64. And thank you for watching. I like the system. I kind of dropped the grading thing from the other system videos so far, but if I had to give this one a score, I think I'd give it maybe an A minus. I think the shape and portability of it could be a bit better. I think the GameCube nails the portability. I think the GameCube is super good, and it's definitely gonna be getting an A plus when I do a video on the old GameCube. So I give the N64 an A minus. I give the controller an A. Honestly, pretty good. That thing gets a B.